Hi, welcome to Canna-Flix. This episode, we're going to be talking about the Magic Island. Or is it just Magic Island?
It's just Magic Island. There's no they couldn't afford it.
Starring Home Improvement's Zachary Ty Bryant.
And Third Rock from the Sun's French Stewart. And Isaac Hayes, according to Google, but I couldn't find him, but that's later.
Yes. So the strain of today is a Jack Herrera half-gram cartridge by Spliffin. I got it at some illegal dispensary in San Marcos. I don't remember the name. The women behind the counter weren't wearing much. I don't know if they're still there. But Spliffin makes a great Jack Herrera cartridge. I use it every day. I'm not even kidding. It's like my, I'm depressed transitions into, I can live today. So it's great. And we found Magic Island on YouTube. We've been waiting so many years for this to happen, and some blessed soul decided to give a gift to the world by uploading their VHS copy.
And yeah, I have not seen this movie since we were probably 5 or 6. Like, I have vague memories of this movie, all of which, more than I actually thought I remembered until it happened. I was like, oh, this was from Magic Island, too. Apparently, this is very influential on my young psyche, more than I thought. But yeah, it's essentially your young child gets sucked into magical world and has adventures and learns a lesson film that was clearly either direct-to-video or for television. And we found it, and why don't you begin with us on this journey?
Yes, so many people touched by the magic of the island.
That is why the island is indeed magical.
So, we open at this gorgeous mansion in LA, and this, punky, teenager's room.
It's just a pan of product placement.
Yes.
Everything, sponsored by Nerf. Sponsored by Nintendo. It's just very much here's everything you're gonna see later on in this film.
Yes. Foreshadowing. Sort of. It's just the opening's long. And Zachary Ty Bryant, Jack, is playing a computer game. It's not clear what. He just loves gaming. His mom comes in and is like, hey, I gotta go on this business trip. I'm gonna make so much money, to provide for you. And he's like, I thought we were gonna go to a movie later or something like that. And so he's, I don't know, he seems a little bit selfish. He hasn't gone through the magical transformation of Magic Island yet. So he's, being a little bratty. He wasn't even spending time with his mom. He was just
ignoring her
room
while she was there. Clearly they have no actual established relationship.
Right.
The only relationship he has is with the housekeeper, who takes care of him while his mother's away, played by is it Janet Dubois? I can't remember how to pronounce her name. She's from Good Times.
And her name, I think, is Lucretia?
Yeah, it's Lucretia.
She is our magical Negro of the movie.
Unintentionally have gone 2 for 2 of our film so far with this awful stereotype. But yeah, she's the Haitian housekeeper / babysitter and clearly substitute mom for Jack.
Yes. Seeing the distress of the child-mother relationship, she decides it's time to show Jack a magical object. And he's immediately Princess Bride. It's a book.
Books are for babies.
I'm 13.
No, what does he say? He says, stories are for babies. And I'm yes, because your fucking Zelda you're playing there has no narrative. Ugh. Yeah. So anyway, she gives him the book, and he's like, oh, this book is dumb. And he takes it to his room, pouting, and all of a sudden you hear all these sounds coming from nowhere, and very bad pseudo-European accents of varying sorts. and you turn and you look at the book, and it's like a television. You can see shit going on in the Magic Island in this book.
And he gets sucked in, literally, to the book, falls down the, like, cool special effect from Adventures in Wonderland, and falls in the middle of this beach in Mexico, and there are several pirate people.
No, wait, some of them are buccaneers. There's a difference. Not all pirates.
I mean, you don't know what the hell is going on, and a lot of the context isn't. I was confused. It just looked like a bunch of pirates fighting.
What I could figure out was they were clearly having some poorly established conflict where Blackbeard and his crew of 3 douchebags versus this very Errol Flynn looking dude and his crew are having a fight, and all of a sudden they pan over to a ship that's in the island, that's off the coast of the island, that's their ship, but all of a sudden there's a pirate flag on it that apparently belongs to the pirate crew, and so I don't know who's manning the ship and set up the flag, but you don't know why they're fighting, like why they were after them. I'm assuming it's because of the map. Maybe?
Yeah, it's not clear, but yeah, there's a treasure map and 2 groups. There's a pirate group and a buccaneer group. The buccaneers don't do piratey stuff. They just go look for treasure, like a modern day treasure hunter.
It's like very Jake and the Neverland Pirates. It's like, we're pirates, but we don't do anything piratey. Except for dress like them.
See, at least in Magic Island, we decide to call them Buccaneers and not Jake and the Neverland Pirates, which has deep wounds in history.
But yeah, so like there's the 2 established groups. The pirates are led by Blackbeard. What's the name of his assistant? Something Stein.
Oh. He has a really long name, and it's forgettable.
Snapperstein, or something like that. It's something like that. Snapperstein, played by French Stewart. And then you have the Buccaneers, and they're led by, like, again, the Errol Flynn looking dude. This really cool Irish swordswoman who's the only one that, like, was on point this whole film. And then their Haitian, like, muscle guy with the scimitar who was pretty cool. Anyway, Zachary Ty Bryan just falls on Blackbeard and knocks him out. A theme that happens a lot throughout this film. There's a lot of...
Blackbeard's always getting his shit knocked out, like, over and over. He's so ineffective. I was like, you're not even doing anything. Like, he's fine. He's very menacing and evil, I guess. I'm scared.
So, Zachary Ty Bryan kind of breaks up the fight. The Irish swordswoman named Gwen, the only person with any sense of propriety,
best person in the movie,
seriously, makes like a smoke bomb, throws it in the group. At first I wasn't sure it was a smoke bomb, and I'm like, is this gonna go off?
It looks like a grenade.
Yeah, she made a coconut grenade, essentially. Zachary Ty Bryan is taken with the Buccaneers, who think he is a sorcerer because he fell from the sky and has his magic gym bag of goodies. So he proceeds to work with the Buccaneers, who are looking for this sorcerer's cave with treasure in it. It's very like my first D&D adventure kind of thing. So Zachary Ty Bryan goes with them, while Blackbeard tries to catch up and find the group and the sorcerer who kicked his ass.
They're constantly, like, for the first, I want to say, third of the movie, it's the whole beginning, and then once you're on Magic Island, good stuff doesn't start happening until you have several conversations with these pirates going back and forth. Good side, bad side, what's the plan? We're gonna sit in the forest for another 20 minutes. It's very confusing, and then we finally get to something happening. The Buccaneers are like, let's follow the map and bring Zachary Ty Bryan with us. And Zachary, he sees a tree that has pizza on it. Let's talk about the pizza tree. So he's up there and he gets followed by a sand shark lizard thing. And so he's up in the tree eating pizza, sees the sand shark, and throws a piece of pizza on the ground so it can eat it. And the pizza looks so gross.
It's sad Costco pizza, like the worst Costco pizza you've ever had.
I like Costco
No, a
pizza.
sad Costco pizza.
Oh.
Like, it's been left out in the sun for several hours. Which it probably was, because that is clearly real pizza that has been, like, hot glued to a leaf. Like,
Yeah.
this tree is just hot glue pizza.
They just, they literally got real pizza instead of prop pizza.
Yeah.
And it shows. And so he's having some trouble. He's like, there's a scary sand shark. I'm liking this pizza, and so he tries to like climb away, and then his jeans get caught on a branch and he flips upside down, hanging from the branch. And he gives the shark a bubble gum that he has, and he falls in the sand, and the sand shark is about to get him. Super scary moment. So thrilling. And the bubblegum makes it so that the sand shark can't eat him. It's a wonderful scene. It's like what everyone remembers.
Yeah, like this was the scene engraved from my childhood. I also want to point out that his character put some thought into it. He chews up the bubblegum slices and puts it on a pizza slice, like it's pepperoni.
Oh, yeah.
It's disguised. It's a bubblegum pizza. I just don't understand why, like, the thing had a bubble coming out. Like, because I'm like, that doesn't work like that.
He goes to, like, open his mouth and then blows a bubble. I don't know. It's funny.
It's like, yeah.
It's visually funny.
But apparently this is the Tree of Desire, because later another pirate walks by. It's a 2-second gag, and he just sees turkey legs.
Yeah, a turkey tree. And the other pirate doesn't see it because he's, like, not hungry.
Maybe he has no desires. Maybe
oh my
he's
god.
just...
He's the Buddha.
He truly is just a pirate for pirate's sake. But anyway, so the pizza tree thing happens. And then... Isn't it just like a weird bad cut? Like we didn't know how to write this?
Oh my god.
And so we just go straight to that?
He walks away from the pizza tree being like, adventure accomplished with my bag of tricks. And then just falls into a void. So lazy.
We don't know how to transition. Magic void we used before. Here you go again. And he falls into the ocean. Not like deep, not like hard. He's clearly conscious. Can't swim, though. Pretty sure you can swim, buddy.
LA child with mom who cares about, I don't know. Most kids know how to swim in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, I did. Like, frequently.
Did you have lessons?
No, my dad showed me what to do, and I didn't drown, so we were good.
Yeah. So that's what I did, right?
Yeah.
And then we signed up for literal lessons so we could swim with style. See, he has the kind of money where he can swim like that.
Here he can swim with style.
Yeah.
The same sort of style of the girl that rescues him, because he gets rescued by a mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is how we're going to transition into that. More seamless than Magic Island, though. Hey! Yeah, so you see this girl just chilling in the ocean, and she sees Zachary Ty Bryant fall, and she's like, oh, I've killed enough sailors for today. Let's rescue this child. And this young mer-teen takes Zachary Ty Bryant to the rocks. And she's like, yeah, saved you, whatever. Which apparently also grants her a wish that lasts for, 2 days? A day and a half?
A sun and a moon.
Okay.
Or yeah. Because she gets to have her wish overnight, and then the same time next day, it's over.
So it's really just 24 hours.
Yeah. A sun and a moon.
Yeah, we figured it out, Magic Island. Yeah, so she's like, oh, I'm going to wish myself for legs and come on adventure with you, because that sounds fun. Because apparently all these people are it's adventuring for altruism. Like, the Buccaneers are like, there's no monetary reasons behind their adventure. They just want to do it.
Well, Morgan, the leader of the Buccaneers, he explains to Zachary later what his motivation is. We'll get there.
Okay. But yeah, so anyway, so they get joined by hippie mermaid girl who talks to trees and animals because she's one with the nature.
Yes. She has really adorable starfish barrettes.
I would have worn those in the 90s.
Yeah.
I totally would have worn those.
And like this weird mermaid chastity belt.
Yeah, it's like a belly dancer's belt with like the fake seaweed skirt and her suede shoe.
And then she wears like a Hollister outfit on land.
Yeah. But yeah, she can speak to animals, which leads to the next bit where, again, a lot of this movie's budget probably went to this one particular thing, which was her monkey friend shows up. How a mermaid has a monkey friend, I don't know. But the monkey friend warns them about the pirates coming after them. So Zachary Ty Bryant's like, lol, I don't know what to do. I'm going to look at my cheat book here. Because he has the Magic Island book, which works as a cheat book. It tells him things that have happened and things that are going to happen. So they make a very Home Alone goes to Hawaii type trap. Island trap.
Yes. Using his Nerf water gun, the mermaid, Lily, collects tree sap from the trees, and she gets it to run faster. It looks like hair gel.
It does.
And puts it in the Nerf gun. So it's tree sap, Nerf gun, a tripwire, and then a large boulder that they lift above to like drop on someone. So they come in, their traps go off, the sap makes them all sticky. The stupid pirate trips over the wire. I'm pretty sure Blackbeard gets knocked out again at some point.
Yeah, he gets trapped. He's the one that gets not put upside down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what the boulder was for.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a counterweight, essentially.
And, what happens? Do they get away?
Yeah, Morgan's like, for some reason, Jack, just take this map and run, lol. There's no real reason why he needs to go alone and take the map.
Everything worked out perfectly.
But then Morgan and one of the pirates, no, Mr. Saperstein gets stuck back to back with the sap, and it's wacky.
They pull, and they're like, oh, it's too sticky.
Even though somebody could just take off their jacket, and they'd be fine.
Yeah. So, eventually they reunite again. There's lots of separating and reuniting.
Yeah, there's the pirates that get captured by Blackbeard, which I want to talk about Blackbeard in a second. So I have some thoughts. They all get they do the douchebag thing where it's like, oh, I'm gonna stick you in sand and bury you up to your neck, lol, and we're gonna wait for you to drown. And Zachary Ty Bryant's like, good thing I brought my speakers with me. And they make the fake island god the microphone, like, ooh.
Yes, somehow they got that to work. But when you're a kid, it doesn't matter. You think that's how electronics work.
Yeah, it's imagination. So, anyway, they trick the pirate on guard to watch them drown while Blackbeard goes off and looks for Zachary Ty Bryant. Anyway, they get them free. Everything's great. They go from there. And then, Blackbeard real quick. I just had a thought. I just wanted to share this. I know it's not a real thing. I know it's not a real book. It's never really happened. But for some reason for this being a vaguely fantasy film, they get very specific. They literally say the year 1796.
For some reason,
For some reason. Blackbeard died in 1713. And I was like, you did this much research. I don't know why we jumped there. Other than that, though, the outfits are actually historically accurate as far as, the styles and stuff.
Even the pajama pants?
Basic sailor wear was literally pajama pants.
Oh.
I have a nautical history thing, don't mind me. The only thing that's wrong is the sexy buccaneer chick with her shoulder cutouts on her blouse.
They're very cute.
They're very cute.
They're not historically accurate.
But they're cute. And then French Stewart's Johnny Depp in the Libertine outfit, because that's literally what it looks like. And I'm like, okay, he's the fop. But yeah,
I have a question.
Yes.
Why are hoop earrings a pirate thing?
I don't know where it started. Piercings were popular among sailors. You travel around, you get tattoos, you get pierced. It's great. Hoop earrings are just kind of basic, so, everybody had them.
A lot of the pirates in this movie and Buccaneers have Party City hoop earrings. Yeah.
Yeah, it is very Halloween costumey. Everything's brand new. Nothing looks worn. It's oh, we took it off the hanger, put it on you. It's totally clean. Pristine, white, frilly blouse with like black synthetic, like the lace of every other 90s Hot Topic outfit. I owned several, so I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, would have definitely owned Blackbeard shirt at one point in my life and probably still have it somewhere.
So they reunite again. While buried in the sand, Morgan told Gwen, the lady buccaneer, that he had feelings for her, and she was, like, upset, because she was like, really? You waited till we're about to die? But then they get rescued, and Morgan is like, hey, so I told you that I liked you like that, and then Gwen is still upset. So, and he's like, oh, I'm confused.
Because, again, she has priority. She's like, yeah, you waited to tell me till we're about to die.
She moves the story and gets shit done. If it wasn't for Gwen, this movie would be so much worse.
They'd all still be on the shore. This whole time, this magical journey be on the shore. But this leads to that conversation when they're in the ghost woods.
The dead man's,
but before they know they're in the forest, this is where we have the Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room.
Yes, so they're moving along in their journey, and they come across this little glen, and there are 3 tiki masks. There is a happy tiki mask, an angry tiki mask, and a lady mask.
The we must have one female mask. Yeah. And it's very, like, okay, these are ancient masks, but she's very, like, 90s fashion where she's got, like, the weird asymmetrical, like,
let me see
bob.
Your manager hair.
Yeah, that haircut, like, blue eyeshadow, very extreme blue eyeshadow, like, very modern. But yeah, then they give them the wrong directions for some reason. And you think it's going to be like one of those, oh no, which way do we go? How are we going to get tricked? And then they're like, wait, we're here. And then the masks are just gone. They served no point. They were just there.
And the voice of the angry mask is Isaac Hayes.
I would not have known that. I don't know what they paid him to do this. Maybe that budget. But yeah.
Yeah, so they turn around and they're like, they seem to be trying to mislead us. They turn around again and they're gone. And now they're in, like, the dangerous ghost woods. So they're like, let's camp here. And, they start a fire, and Zachary Ty Bryan is like, it's a lighter. And they're like, magic. And so he gives it to, what's his name? Their strong scimitar character.
I can't remember his name.
They didn't establish characters very well.
Yeah, it's all very much, you're this type, you're that type, do your roles, keep going, we're not going to ask any questions.
And they sit down, and Morgan's talking to Zachary Ty Bryan about, like, women, eh? And you find out, oh, he's on this quest to I guess, redeem himself in the eyes of, like, because his mom was always traveling and stuff. Or his dad, I'm not sure. It's not clear. The dialogue is awful.
The exposition, there's no clarity whatsoever with anything.
And so, yeah, it's like, okay, he's getting treasure, so he can go home and be like, I didn't run away for nothing. And then, a canteen
is floating by on a string. It's a spooky ghost. We went from Enchantiki Room to, like, really bad Haunted Mansion. Like, this was the transition that happened. And yeah, it's like they start running away. Oh no, floating canteen. It's put out the fire. Really not that much of a threat. Zachary Ty Bryan takes Mermaid Girl. She's clearly talking to him. And then she's like, wait, who's holding my hand? And then it's a cheap prop.
Spoopy, scary skeleton in pirate wear.
Yeah, literally, like, they raided the Party City for this.
Some soul from the past came to haunt you because...
Yeah. So everybody scatters from the haunted woods.
And gets separated again!
This movie relies on a few things. Things falling on people's heads, people fainting, usually out of fear, and separation. It's like the same three tropes again and again and again.
Yeah, this is how we're moving the plot.
And if not, wormhole.
Yeah, or just random chasm opening up in the ground.
Maybe it has a deeper meaning.
Maybe it's a sinkhole.
Oh. But there's all the words and stuff, so like he's traveling through the book, but...
Oh, right. It's... See, the book is so short. So it's, you know, when you read a kid's book and you're like, I don't know how that happened, but we are here now. Because you're an adult and you're like, where's the narrative? So, like, it's this large, it's a pretty big book, but when he opens it up, it's not like a chapter book like Treasure Island, or a book you would need all the words for to explain this entire plot. He just opens it up and it's like a greeting card sized print with a photo or like a picture, an illustration. And so if you're reading that book,
you're going to be through it quickly. It's very much like See Jane Run, like very big print, like for toddlers.
Learn
story.
to read book.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna go through the story that quickly, they're just gonna open up random holes in the ground to get you to the next scene.
Wait, it's a literal plot hole.
Oh,
oh my god! Yeah, so does that, like, after that, they just go straight to, like, the final room?
Well,
What happens? I don't remember.
During ghost scare time, they get separated, and the pirates are somehow not affected by the ghostiness, and they capture, Zachary Ty Bryan and Lily the Mermaid, and it's like, we, are gonna capture you as, like, bait, basically. You have the map, we now have it. And the next morning, they make it to the final step on the map, and it's this Olmec, like statue guarding the entrance.
One thing, though, during the capture, the bad ADR, or, like, for some reason, the dumb pirate can perfectly mimic Morgan's voice. I'm over here, Zachary Ty Bryant.
Yes.
And it's very, like, old Godzilla dub, nothing matches up. And you're like, okay, cool. And then the pirates threaten Zachary Ty Bryant and the mermaid. And what is it he says? What does Blackbeard call himself?
Wait, he said, you'd better, like, do what I say, or I'm gonna do some piratey nasty stuff to your mermaid friend.
Yeah.
It was just not a well-chosen line.
Yeah, it was like DJ Pirate McNasty. Like, I don't know what was going on. But yeah, the DJ, Pirate McNasty, takes them to Olmec. And Olmec comes to life, and then the Buccaneers show up.
The Buccaneers find them too, despite not having the map.
And the scene is very much like Ray Harryhausen, like Jason and the Argonauts, where it's all stop motion. Olmec is stop motion, comes to life, bites them, they trick him into falling over and he shatters into pieces, and then the door opens. And the pirates get inside first, because the other Buccaneers are dealing with the fucking statue.
Yes. They get inside the world's smallest temple. It looks like somebody's house. They just, like, cleared out a hallway and, like, the living room, and they made it into a set.
Got some black tarps, put them up. Spooky!
Yes. And it's it's a modest treasure room.
Like, when you're thinking of, like, a magical island with some pirate doubloons, I'm thinking it'd be a little more wealthy. It looks like maybe a few people have cracked the Magic Island and gotten away with a lot of it.
Yeah.
And this is like the after the Magic Island sale where you got the slim pickings of, I guess I can use this. Maybe.
It's the end of your Halloween candy, and you go and you're like, I'm gonna have some of my candy, and you're like, fucking Hershey Kisses and Sweet Tarts, what am I gonna do with this? Like, it's all Smarties when they get there. And then there's another guard. Like, they got past the statue, and there's this human face in the wall that's painted gold.
But he's the sorcerer. This was his treasure, apparently. But he's so powerful, but he's also a head in the wall. So I don't know how powerful he really is.
His magical power, right, is turning someone to gold because it's like, whoa, ironic, you love gold and you are gold.
Very King
Check
Midas.
yourself before you wreck yourself, Blackbeard. But he's painted gold. Is he a statue?
Technically, maybe he cursed himself and now he's a statue, so now he's like, I need to pass on this curse because I'm a bored sorcerer with with all the time on my hands. I don't know, how does he do it to Blackbeard? Does he just say, you're a piece of shit, you get to be gold now? I kind of zoned out.
I guess so.
It's very like, you have chosen poorly
Yes.
from Last Crusade, and all of a sudden Blackbeard's gold, and the temple starts shaking, and no, we gotta leave!
Yes! And so the Buccaneers peace out. The pirates peace out. So now it's just Zachary Ty Bryan and Lily, and Lily's time has run out on her wish. Oh, oops! What are we gonna do? Shrug. And she's a mermaid on the ground who thankfully decided to, like, go back to mermaid state on this, like, blanket.
Yeah.
So Zachary Ty Bryan is, like, pulling the mermaid out, and then it's like, Star Wars garbage compactor, the walls start coming in, and he has to, like, pull the mermaid on the blanket, and she just barely makes it, and it's like, oh, my tail, and I'm like,
Lift your tail.
Lift your tail, you're not helping at all.
Like, if you can dolphin kick, you can do that.
Why are you dead weight right now? You helped us up until now? So, they get outside, and they're like, no treasure, but let's go back to the beach to our ship and get the mermaid in the water.
Probably.
They take a really long time to carry her out on the blanket, and they're just like, bloop, and then Zachary Ty Bryan and Lily the Mermaid kiss for, less than a second. In the picture in the book, it was like, mwah, mwah.
And there's like a sunset, and it's very Pirates 3 at the end,
Yes.
and you're like, oh. Yeah, so that happens, thank God, and then it's over, and Zachary Ty Bryan goes to talk to Morgan and his crew, and they're like, oh, well, you're a great sorcerer, next time I'll teach your sword to play. I was like, thank you, Glenn, priorities, self-defense, very important. And Morgan's like, hey, well, this blanket's kind of the shit, it's got, like, gold and jewels and stuff on it.
The blanket that they carried the mermaid out on is bejeweled with all kinds of shit, and that's gonna be Morgan's trinket to take home and repair his family problems.
Yeah.
And they decide to make up with the other pirate. What did they make up with the pirates?
It's more like well, I guess we don't want to leave you here and be total dicks, so I guess you can get on the boat.
Yeah.
So French Stewart, Dumb Pirate, and
Sash Pirate.
Sash Pirate, I love Sash Pirate, get to join the Buccaneers, so I guess they're reformed? Who knows? We never got the sequel, we never got to see what happens.
Sash Pirate is from Pretty Little Liars.
Apparently, like
And
every season.
You said he played a character called Ted?
All it says is Ted on, that's what Google told me.
With no last name. That's so weird. I'm trying to figure out who Ted is.
But he's there. Almost everybody in this movie has had some decent amount of work afterwards. I was pretty shocked. I was like, good job, guys. But yeah, anyway, they give him the blanket, say some stuff, and then Scimitar Guy's like, oh yeah, Port-au-Prince 80, here's some random exposition. My hot wife is there, and my hot wife is the ancestor of your housekeeper. And for some reason, Zachary Ty Bryan knows to stand directly on the book. And it sends him home. And he wakes up very Wizard of Oz in his bed, and his mom's like, you know what, sweetie, during my super intense corporate business dinner meeting, I just thought of you, and then I came home. And then the housekeeper comes in with, like, the best.
And his mom is like, hey, Lucretia, like, I decided to come home, for dinner. Maybe you can just, like, whip something up for us? And she's like, bitch, I ordered pizza.
Because all problems are solved by Domino's.
Yes. She was really nice. She's just like, you hear like the ding dong. She goes, oh, I thought this was gonna happen, so I ordered pizza ahead of time. Magical Negro saving the white family.
Because that's all I should really do with my powers. Not anything else, just help whiny-ass white boys. And that's it. That is the Magic Island.
I rented this movie so much when I was a kid, and my sister and I have acted out this movie on film, with various props we found around the house. So we clearly loved this story. It's just kitschy and nice and like,
I mean, again, I haven't seen it since I was a child, but I was like, oh man, I'm glad I did rewatch it though. Now I have a better memory of it, cleared up some things. And then because of this movie, I've now found a treasure trove of other awful, similarly made movies that I also remember from my childhood. So if anything, The Magic Island brought me the magic of several other direct-to-DVD or other direct-to-VHS films that I will now enjoy in my spare time.
Thinking back about it, I was like, kind of like, ugh, while I was watching the movie, but then it's like, you know what? It really stuck with me. Clearly they're doing something right to be so memorable and beloved and sought after. But yeah, maybe it just needed a lot of time in between its release and now to be like a childhood classic,
I guess.
Yeah.
So what's your rating for this film? What's your rating scale? I know mine. I
give it 5 out of 10 lady masks.
I give it 2 turkey leg trees out of 5 pizza trees. Totally unrelated, but it works.
Join us next week when we see another movie. That was dumb. Join us next week.
We'll have something, I'm sure.
Don't forget about the time frame. Join us next episode. We can't guarantee that these are going to come out weekly.
We'll try, though, and that's what matters.
Peace.